So the head comes off and the innards come off almost in one pull, so it keeps it nice and clean. You ideally don't want to rupture much of the inner organs, just because they give a very bitter taste and they're not very clean either. Okay, so the inside is pretty clean, but I'm going to now cut from the inside out. And finish off the rest of the fish. That's done. Okay, so now the inside, I need to go and remove that main blood vessel that goes through the middle. This fish is so fresh. Got flown in from Tsukiji Market in Tokyo yesterday. Now, inside here, now that I've separated that membrane with my knife, I'm going to rinse it out. Excellent. Okay, so before I start, I'm going to wipe my knife so it doesn't become waterlogged. You don't want to have a lot of water contacting the actual fish meat. Okay, so here's one technique to make things go fast. I'm going to end up with the tail on my right hand side, so I'm going to start opposite. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a quick, I'm going to perforate the top of the skin with the knife. So once again, your knife has to be really sharp to be able to do this, and I'm going to hug the bone all the way down to the spine. See how clean that is? So now we're already down to the spine, and I'll stop right here. Now, I'll flip to the other side. If it ever gets slippery, I will wipe it down. Okay, now it's sticking a little better. I'm going to try to come in, again, and then down, and then do the same thing like I did before. Nice smooth cuts, following those bones that separate the left from the right side of the fish. Okay, so now we're already at that spine. I'm going to, with the tip of my knife, try to perforate or score the front bones here. Okay? So now I have done that, and I'm just about ready to go and take this fillet off the top of this fish. So this is already open. Now I get it all to the end. Careful not to cut myself. Put my middle finger through, and then at a 45-degree angle, I am going to simply cut the rest of it off this fish, complete that cut. Then now I have a very clean fillet. And if you look at it, there's almost no meat touching that bone. Let's do the other side. So I'm going to at least put it in here for the time being, because we're going to marinate. Now the last fillet. Wow, that looks great. Okay, tail on the left. Starting with the back of the fish. I'm going to once again score it first. What I'm using here is a deba, which is a Japanese knife that's meant specifically for butchering fish. It's only sharpened on one side. It's very heavy, so I can easily chop through bones if I need to. I also had a custom edge put on this knife, and it's kind of rounded on one side as opposed to flat. So now I'm going to do the same thing I did for the other side. Try to hug those bones up to the spine without breaking those bones in the middle. Okay, so now I'm at the spine. Excellent. Now, we want to work as quickly as possible because we don't want this fish warming up. It's not going to taste good, and the meat will not taste fresh later on. Okay, good. Almost there. So I can feel the bones touching my knife blade, which is good. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, holding it once again, 45 degrees. I'm just going to cut through all those bones here. Now finishing off that cut, we now have a very well done fillet. See how thin that is? Now we're going to marinate, or salt this first. I'm going to salt this for about an hour using sea salt. Once again, this is not regular mackerel. This is mackerel from Japan. It's been hand carried. It's not thrown around. That's when you throw fish around, it's going to damage the meat. This is pretty expensive. This fish itself was probably 25 bucks wholesale, and it probably weighs just shy over a pound. So I'm going to wipe this out. It's all the little details. I don't want any blood on there because the blood is going to make it spoil. Okay, excellent. So we're going to salt both sides of the fish. Sort of light coating of salt. Excellent. Of course, the other side. This salting is great because it's going to firm up the flesh, and after, when we cut it for nigiri or for sashimi, it's going to have a great firm texture to it. It has a really great taste, and it's easy to cut too. Okay, excellent. So I'm going to leave it in this pan for about an hour. This container for about an hour. This skin side down. And generally, I'll put meat on top of meat or skin on top of skin. Yeah. Okay. Let's cover this up and put it in the fridge, set the timer for an hour, and we'll be back.